Hi everyone, this is Shirley from Shirley's World, and I thought as long as I'm making some turkey burgers, I'd turn the camera on. This is how I make my favorite sandwich, or the turkey burger. It has a secret ingredient in it that I found out from a place that we used to go to get hamburgers. Their hamburgers were so delicious. And I finally figured out what they did. It was very simple. So, I got a pound of ground turkey. It's the, I don't know if I can see it. Here, I cut it in half. It's 85% lean and 15% fat. Never get the real lean turkey. It's so dry as it is, so you need the fat in there to make it even edible, I think. So I'm just putting this in a bowl. And adding some salt and pepper. And I have to cut up some onions. I include onions. I have a half onion here that I started before. I'm going to make some chopped onions here. I could have used a smaller knife, but I had used it before, so this is what was available. My huge one. I am so anxious to get gardening that when I took out things to put in the compost pile, I have a compost little can that I keep here to throw scraps into. And when I took that out, I started to pull stuff out of my garden again. And since all the snow went away, and you know, I've gotten in the mood to garden, I've been watching about the winter sowing winter seeds, or winter sowing seeds, something like that. Anyway, it's a big thing. I just heard about it this year. I see there's some videos from last year. I think that's when they really started. So you sow seeds, you get potting soil, you put it in like milk containers, the milk jugs, gallon jugs, and I haven't saved any of my jugs, of course, so I was hunting all over for empty milk jugs or water jugs that you could buy. They are terrifically expensive to buy on Amazon. So I remembered that my one grocery store, when I used to shop there all the time before pandemic, I used to buy bottled water in the gallons before I had my good water machine here, my reverse osmosis. And they had a reverse osmosis thing right there, and you could just buy, I think the jugs at that time were 65 cents, something like that. So I remembered that, and I looked online, and they were still really cheap, still about the same price. So I had to get some other things anyway, so I put in an Instacart order, of course, and I bought 8 empty gallon jugs that I'm going to do this seed planting in. I'll make a whole video when I do that. So yeah, I got all enthused from these videos that I watched. I have, I don't know, a handful of onions in here. Salt and pepper. And pounded ground turkey. I should have gotten this out before I'm going to have to get a spoon to do this. I don't want to stick my oniony gloves in this. This is a secret ingredient. For a pound of ground meat, I put a heaping tablespoon. That's a little too heaping. Heaping tablespoon of brown sugar in there. That's it. That's the secret ingredient. It makes a big difference. So I'm just gonna mash these up and make little burgers. I didn't start my oil yet, but I'll do that in a minute. Anyway, I went to the store this morning. Home Depot had their potting soil. They had gotten their potting soil in and their seeds, garden seeds. Tractor Supply haven't gotten their garden seeds or anything in yet. They won't get them in until February. I called to see. And if anybody is doing this winter sowing, they're doing it now. Because when you plant seeds in these containers, these little milk jugs act like greenhouses. And you set them right outside in the snow and the wind and the rain, whatever. You punch holes in them so they get watered naturally. And yeah, in a few weeks we'll have little sprouts, hopefully. And by the time they'll be hardened off, when it's time to plant, at the earliest time to plant, when there's no, when it's not, then it's above 32 degrees at night, then you can plant. So I would have to get my garden ready, or I could just plant things out in my front garden, which wouldn't take much to get ready. I'm going to have to do this, take these gloves off, get my oil started. I'm not too organized today. I use either olive oil or I have avocado oil. The avocado oil has a higher burn smoking temperature, so it has no taste. So I use this a lot in place of the olive oil. So let that heat up. So you cut the top of the down about this much. Let me go get a jug so I can show you. I have to prepare these jugs and everything before I start, but you take the lid off. You don't need the lid at all. And there's your hole in the top. And you draw a line right under where the handle is, right around here. And then you leave a space by the handle for the hinge. And you just take a scissors and you cut this so that this will open. The top will open up. You fill it about 4 inches of soil. I bought 2 big 25 pounds of potting soil. Not the seed starter, the potting soil. And you wet it really good, and then that's what you plant your seeds in. And then you put holes in, of course, first you put holes in the bottom. You can either use a knife or a little drill or whatever to get holes for drainage in the bottom. and maybe some along the side. But I'll tell you all this again when I do this. Yeah, I'm really excited to start this. And then you have your little greenhouse out there. And you set it in the light. It doesn't have to be in direct sunlight. It's someplace where it's light, not dark shade. And yeah, we're going to try this. I went and bought a whole bunch of seeds. Vegetable seeds and a few flower seeds. So we're going to try this. Another way you can do it is, you know, the bins where I have my clothes, not those deep ones, but some bins I have that are about this deep. The clear, they're sort of like this same density as this milk jug. You can fill that with dirt, put a clear lid on, and use that as a little greenhouse. So I may do that because I, of course, overbought seeds. When this gets hot, I'm going to put on a new pair of gloves to make these little burgers. Most of the time, these gloves I only use when I handle chicken for some reason. This is what I use. Probably if I use ground meat anymore, I'd use them for that too. But yeah, when I handle any chicken, I put gloves on. Okay. So we're just going to make 4 little burgers here. I could probably make 5 out of here. This is very sticky. Sticky ground turkey. So it got warm today. It's in the 40s. It feels like spring. I'm sure we'll have more snow, but yeah. So the snow went away entirely because it rained last night. They're really nice. Yeah, I can get 5 out of here. Like I said, these make really good burgers. I also put a little bit of brown sugar when I make anything with tomato in it. Tomato sauce, like spaghetti sauce or chili, anything with tomato sauce on it cuts the acidity of the tomatoes. And of course I love sugar, so that wasn't a good toss here. Okay. Has anybody else thought about gardening besides me? I just hope I have enough strength to do some gardening this year. I raised beds. The boards around it are sort of falling apart, but I think I can still manage to plant something in there. Even really splattering very much. I have one of these screen things to put over so there's not a lot of splatter all over the place, but it's not really splattering. So I'm going to do a video about the gardening thing. Those 2 heavy bags of topsoil, not topsoil, gardening planting soil. It's not the same as topsoil. And it's in my car. I had to have the guy in Home Depot carry it out for me because each bag weighs 25 pounds. I got a lot of it. I mean, I can always use it. I'll tell you that the guy at the cash register called over a younger guy that's probably was just starting, or I don't know, he wasn't a cashier. And he said, would you take this out to her car for her? And he said, yes, pull up your car to the door. I said, my car is right there. It was like in the first parking space at Home Depot. It was like 20, 30 feet at the most. So we get out there and he says, well, it's kind of far. I'm thinking, what? You have a basket. It's in a basket. Just walk over there. I said, really? That's too far? And then he finally said, oh, okay, I guess I can walk it over there. I'm telling you, I couldn't get over that. The other day, when I was in, where was it? Mark's. When I was in Mark's getting groceries, I used cash, okay? There was a young guy at the cash register. I hand him, the bill was $83 and some cents. I give him $84. He looked at me, he looked at the cash like it was some foreign thing. And he said, 84. Is that right? 84. I said, the bill is $83 and whatever the cents was. I said, just give me change. He looked completely confused. I don't know if I said, doesn't anybody ever use cash here anymore? He finally saw that the cash register actually told him when he punched it in how much change to give me back. Thank goodness. Because I'm telling you, I don't think he knew how to give change. If that wouldn't have, if the cash register wouldn't have told him how much change to give me, I don't know if he would have been able to figure that out or not. But anyway, that's all for now. I'm going to finish cooking these, just put them on a plate, have one for supper, and put the rest in a plastic bag. Maybe freeze some, keep some for tomorrow. And I have some, I'm going to make some potatoes, slice up some potatoes and put them in here, fry them up, and then I have leftover vegetables in the refrigerator. So, that's all for now.